Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo! Hero here. Cha, cha, cha. And I got my X-ray glasses on and... Oh, God. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh, that's something I didn't want to see. Woo. Put some clothes on. Ooh, and there's a car going. But I'm here with a review of RepliGator. A Brett McCormick film. Woo! Featuring Gunnar Hansen and Brink Stevens. This is also, by the way, Visual Vengeance 09, number 9. This, when was this again? This says 98, but I saw online it says 96, so don't know what year it came out. It was in 96 and 98. This movie basically tells that there was some experimentation, a little government stuff going on. One guy was working on brainwashing. Someone else was working on teleportation. And Brink Stevens was working on something that allowed her to look in people's brains and see sexual stuff. Basically, she does this with a soldier, and she goes to look in his brain, and he pictures her in nothing but a pair of panties. Damn, she's such a sexy woman. I think a lot of people would do the same thing. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I still got a cough here. Yeah. Still got a cough. Anyways, this military guy has gone to talk to Dr. Kildare, played by Gunnar Hansen, and wants to know what happened. Why are they saying that the military is being infiltrated by transvestites? And he goes and tells them the story that basically there was a mishap with this thing called the RepliGator. This with teleportation, that male soldiers can go in and come out as hot babes who basically were horny. And when they would get too horny, pretty much peak, climax, they turn into a gator babe. That's what they call them in the movie, by the way. I didn't make that up. They call them gator babes. They also find out that you can take a non-attractive woman, there's one woman, she's not really that attractive, she's got this weird growth on her face, put them in there, and they come out as a hot babe. Hot, busty babe, who unfortunately, when she gets woohoo, boop, get a babe. Anyways, the guy working on the brainwashing, he's able to take over, and he adds his brainwashing to it, but he can control them. But they don't know about the whole gator thing. Tell the one military guy who's there to talk to them. He goes basically to have bow chicka wow wow with the soldier that used to be a man, is now a woman, and she turns into a gator babe. By the way, she bites his neck, and he comes back as a zombie who wants to bone any guy he sees. And he's walking around as a zombie with no pants on, just his tighty whities. Well, he's got his uniform on the upper part, but below the waist, tighty whities and some socks. And they gotta, Dr. Oliver, he's the guy who created this thing. He's trying to undo it, but Dr. Ford, he wants to now make more of these things so he can take over the world and use his brainwash thing to control everybody. This film, back in the 90s, there were these late night comedies, campy films, sex comedies basically. Badly written, badly acted. Everything was bad about them. The only thing that was really worth seeing them is if you were a teenage boy at the time, or just before the teenager period, watch these movies. You're going to see, you wouldn't care about the bad acting. It was just a bunch of boobs. Which this movie reminds me a lot of those old films from the 90s. because these movies were different than, like, we had American Pie, but these were much different than American Pie. These are the ones that went straight to video. At some point, some of them stopped on like Cinemax or something. Back in the day, we used to call Cinemax, used to have a period at nighttime where we would call it Skinemax, where they showed a lot of these like soft core films, romance movies, action movies, comedy movies. Weren't really that great. All you really cared about was the fact that you got to see some TNA, which essentially this movie screams that to me. Makes me wonder if this ends up being played late night at some point in the late 90s, early 2000s on Skinemax. I really miss Skinemax. I watched Skinemax a lot when I was a teenager back in the 90s. That's probably why this movie reminds me a lot of those movies I used to watch late night on Skinemax. Now, remember, I recently talked about this in another video, because this is the movie that Wes-I am the Ice Lord. I'll put a link for him in the description. This is the one that I wanted to do a trivia, and I had done a video of unpacking it. Which, remember, these are the X-ray specs that come with it, and the reason why I think these, a really cool thing about these come with it is there is a thing where it turns out Dr. Kildare did make some X-ray glasses, and so he hands them to this one military guy, and he calls his assistant in, and he's like, whoa. He's like, boom, she's endowed. And it feels so much like those old movies. I'm filming this at almost 6:40 p.m. I should watch it again after the sun goes down late at night, maybe 10 or 11 o'clock. Maybe I'll really get that feel of watching those old movies. This is a fun one. They're hitting out of the park with the Visual Vengeance series. And actually, I should put the thing there for the Instagram. But anyways, I gotta go. I got my hands a little full doing some other projects. But I am the Pacific Northwest Geek. And I will see you on the flip side.